Hello and welcome to Stan Twitter in podcast form. I am your host Alexa and you are listening to the Biased Critic podcast. Okay, so today I am going to be doing an album breakdown of the new Halsey record, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. I am super excited to be doing this for y'all today. I love doing these album breakdowns. I think they're probably my favorite because I just love albums. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. I'm doing things a little bit differently this time around. I'm still trying to work out the kinks as to how I want to do these kinds of episodes. But today I am just going to record myself listening to the album. Obviously I can't play the album for you because I don't own it. So I have my AirPods in, casual product placement, just kidding, not spons. And I'm just gonna listen to it, and just that way, instead of like taking notes as I listen to the album, I can tell you right as I am listening to it what I like about each song, because that way I know what I'm talking about when I say it, rather than I read a note on a song and be like, oh, I don't remember why I said I liked the ooh at minute 146 or something, Know what I mean? Anyways, I know what I mean. Point is, my notes are not legible most of the time, so this way I don't have to A, take notes, and B, I don't know. Anyways, like I said last week, I have listened to this album once before in full and have been listening to the songs since it came out, and I already will tell you that I fully enjoy this album immensely. There's not a skip on this record, and Halsey, every album since Badlands has continued to outdo herself. I 100% believe that. So let's get started. I'm gonna go through, talk about lyrics, talk about music, talk about transitions, so on and so forth. You know the deal. Let's get started. The first song is called The Tradition. I like the way this song opens. Just sounds like a haunted house. Okay, honestly, this song kind of reminds me of the album opener on her second album, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. It reminds me of the prologue. I don't know why. Okay, kind of. This song gives me a little bit of anxiety. Just with the fact that it's just her voice and the piano, basically. And it just sounds very, spooky and, like I said, haunted house-like. And it's just very eerie. It's a very interesting opener for an album, but I really like it. It definitely, the first time I listened to this album, was not how I expected this rest of the album to. I was like, is this how the rest of the album is going to sound? And I'm kind of, obviously glad in a way that it didn't sound like it. The next song, Bells in Santa Fe, I love the way it transitions. My favorite thing about an album, I'm sure I've said this already, is when each song just flows into each other, and I like that. And so this song, Bells in Santa Fe, sounds at the beginning similar to the tradition, and then obviously it builds up. I think this is a better description of this song describes the rest of the album really well. Just the sound of it. Alright, so I really like that song. It's probably not my favorite, but I just love the beat at the end of the song where like the bass, it gets really heavy and the drum gets really heavy. I really like that. It's, again, this song kind of sounds scary to me. Like, I can't explain it. And then just boom, right into this song, the next song, Easier Than Lying. I like how it just kind of drops in and out, or out and in, rather. And that bass line, oh, that is so good. That bass line is incredible. Like, for a Halsey song, I've never heard her do a song like this before. And I love it. This is just like, this is a rock song to me, 100%. I've recently become obsessed with songs that have like our heavy bass, and this is exactly that, and it's exactly like what I was looking for with this obsession. And that drum line after the second chorus, and then her falsetto-ish vocals in the bridge. Losing you then is easier than lying to myself that you love me. Incredible. What? Love that line. So the song after this is called Lilith, and this is very R&B. Like, it reminds me of like late 90s, early 2000s. That is like classic sounding. It's also very different for Halsey, I feel like, and I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. The theme of this song really reminds me of Bad at Love, from Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, but I think it's more or less like about how she feels, similar to that theme, but now she's in a relationship, but she's still afraid of feeling of like fucking it up and doing and destroying it like she has in the past. And I feel like that's a really relatable feeling, and I like that she's writing about this. I think that's I don't know, I like when she writes like this, because I feel like instead of saying, telling herself like, oh, I'm bad at love, she's like telling her partner like, okay, I'm bad at love. You see that, right? I feel like that's what it is, and I don't know, I really like it. So the next song is Girl is a Gun. I love the transition from the last song to this song. I love the giggle at this beginning of this. This like electronic sound during the pre-chorus and chorus is kind of different for Halsey, I feel like. I definitely, when I first listened to this album, I thought this was going to be my favorite song. It's a close second. I will tell you what my favorite song when it does come up, though. But I love this song, and I love the concept of it, like the theme and the message and the whatever. Okay, so at the end of the second verse, she says, I'm never enough, so I'm giving you up. You'll be better with a nice girl, darling. That reminds me of something. I just can't quite put my finger on what it is that it reminds me of. I'll think of it. It's like, it's a Billie Eilish song. I can't remember what song it is, but she says, if you want a good girl, 'cause baby, I can't remember, but if you want to, but like essentially it's a Billie Eilish song where she's like, if you wanted a good girl, you're out of luck with me. I love that. Like, yes, I am a bad bitch, and sorry, not sorry. Love it. I also feel like this song, the line she says, "I feel better when the boys start calling," reminds me of the song 3 a.m. From Manic, from her last album, where she says like it's 3 a.m. calling everybody that I know, like just like I feel better when I have attention, and if whether it's like positive or negative, or it's going to affect me positively or negatively in the long run, that's all. That's what I want. I just will feel better about myself if I get attention, and I really relate to that lyric, like on a real serious level. Like I genuinely relate to that. So yeah, I just really like that line. Honestly, the music behind this song "Girl is a Gun," it really reminds me of a lot of songs off of Reputation by Taylor Swift. Just because it's like, okay, yeah, some of the music isn't that impressive. Like, for examples, I think like Gorgeous, or Call It What You Want. Like, the music isn't that impressive for Taylor Swift, or for Halsey in this case, but it's the lyrics that are what is important. So I think that's why I really like that song. It's just because it's like, okay, this isn't something where you need to focus on the music. It's where you need to focus on the lyrics. That's what was important for the artist here. And that's usually what I usually end up paying more attention to is the lyrics, or at least for the first couple of listens of a song, I pay more attention to the lyrics. So I think those are usually the songs I end up appreciating more. It's like, okay, I put this beat behind it, but listen to these words that I have to say. I love that. So anyways, the next song is called "You Asked for This," and I like how the beginning of this song reminds me of like an early 2000s teen movie, like the first few seconds, where it sounds like you're looking at a character listening to music in their headphones. I love that. I also thought this was going to be my favorite song on the album. It's also this one and "Girl is a Gun" is definitely tied for second. I feel like she's reflecting on her life in this song a lot. Like, she did that a lot in Manic. This song lyrically reminds me of Ashley on Manic, and just like, okay, I did this to myself. Now this isn't what I want, but now I'm screwed. Also, I really love this song, but the ending of it is just kind of not quite there for me. Like, I feel like it's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like, it didn't quite match the rest of the song. Like, it kind of slowly dies out, and I'm just like, meh. It doesn't hit like the rest of the song does. Like, I feel like there could have been a lot of a bigger ending. I feel like that would have been preferred, at least to me. The next song is "Darling." I think the transition between these two songs are perfect. And I love a good acoustic song. So this is a good song. I love this song. Okay, so I've been just like pausing my recording and then starting my recording each time I have a comment to make, so I don't have a ton of dead space to edit. And I really couldn't start recording during that song again because it made me cry. Because I was just like listening to it and reading along with the lyrics that time, and I visualized just I don't know, obviously, when she wrote this song, but I could just visualize her, like, singing that to her belly while she was pregnant with her son, and it just made me really cry. It's such a sweet song. So anyways, I love that song. It's such a sweet song. 1121 is the following song. To me, this is just like a classic Halsey sounding song. Like, really reminds me of previous stuff she's done. And I think that's okay. I think everybody has their niche, you know. I think this song sounds like a niche Halsey song. This is just, it's a love song. She is in love. She's in a happy place in her life. But it just doesn't sound like a love song unless you actually, like, listen and understand the lyrics. I love that. It's just, like, the opposite. It's honestly, like, the opposite of, like 21 Pilots, or, like, somebody, like, other bands and musicians are out there like that. But it's, like, happy sounding song and, like, sad sounding lyrics. It's, like, the opposite of that, where it's, like, a happy sounding lyrics, but, like, a sad sounding song. But it's also not happy sounding lyrics, but it's, like, you're, like, it's kind of like another example of, like, Cornelia Street by Taylor Swift is, like, I'm in love with you, but that's why I'm so scared to like lose you, is because it's this or I don't even want to think of the alternative kind of thing. Love that. Alrighty, song after 1121 is Honey, and I'm sure you've been waiting for this. This is my favorite song on the album. It's so gay. I love it. And the bass, iconic. Love it. I really wonder when she wrote this song, because it sounds like some of it is like she was writing it while she was in a relationship with this girl, but she's also sounds like she wrote it as like looking back. So it's like, it's part of it is like this is present time, but it also is like part of it is like reminiscing on this great time that she had with this girl. And it's, yeah, I love the song. It's not long enough. It's just, it goes by too quickly. And it's just, it's a rock song, and I just wasn't expecting so much rock from Halsey. I love it so much. Next song is Whispers, and I like this song. It's another one that kind of hits a little too close to home, but yeah, the piano ballads are definitely, I feel like she's really, how do I want to put it, like, she's really great at piano ballad like songs. I don't know how else to put it. Like, she's just really good. I love Halsey so much. I like that she turned her like inner feelings and inner demons and insecurities into a character, similar to like the 21 Pilots characters almost, but also not at all. Just, I don't know, I like that, like, you're talking to someone else but you're actually talking about yourself. Okay, so the next song is I Am Not a Woman, I Am a God. And this also feels like a classic Halsey song. Reminds me of some songs that she's done in the past, musically wise. And I feel like this song is kind of like her contradicting herself. Like, yeah, I'm a god, I'm great, whatever, but I'm also have like, what is it? When it's like you don't feel like you have earned your success. Imposter syndrome. I feel like that's what this is. Kind of. I feel like in this song also, like, she's like saying, like, there's a line, maybe I could be a better human with a new name. Like, maybe if I start over, I can do better. I feel like she probably suffers from a really, like I said, imposter syndrome, and just the fame that she has come to thus far has just become overwhelming to her in a way, I guess. I feel like that's a common theme for her. The Lighthouse, that electric guitar is insane. I love this song. I say that so often. I love this song. How many times have I said that this episode already? I really love this song though, because like she's telling a story, and I just really would love to know like the thought process behind this song, because like she's telling a story where she is a siren, basically like the mythical creature where they turn themselves into a beautiful character, usually like a mermaid or something, and then they lure the sailor in this case, in this song, and then she attacks him. I love this. I love storytelling in songs like this. Like, I love diaristic songs, obviously, where it's like, I'm gonna tell you about this moment in my life, but this is just straight up just a song about, to me at least, it's literally just a song about her attack, like, yeah, being a siren and attacking the sailor. If you ask me, that's what it sounds. That's how it sounds to me. That's how I interpret it. This song also, though, kind of similarly, I'm not a huge fan of the outro. I just feel like it's kind of lackluster. So, the last song, I feel like I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of it. Bernie? I don't know. Please someone tell me how to say this. I'm according to genius.com, it is Arabic, and it roughly translates to "you bury me," which makes a lot of sense. This song is obviously a letter to her partner and her baby. Like, she says, you will bury me before I bury you. Like, I can't live my life without you. Ugh, this song will make me cry too, I'm sure. I think I psyched myself up because I was like, I'm gonna cry, and then I just didn't. I think I psyched myself up. But that is such a beautiful song. I love that song. I like the line in the chorus where she sings in each, and I think we could live forever in each other's faces, because I'll always see my youth in you. And maybe I'm just projecting, but if it's like, because like I'll always see my youth in you, like I could see that being about her baby, obviously, but I could also see that line being directed at her partner, just in the way, like, I feel like when you find someone that's like your partner, your life partner, you are like, you're in this relationship where you're growing together, but you also feel like young again and feel youthful in that same sense. As much as you're like growing together and like maturing and aging and growing old, you still feel young, and you still, you know what I mean, like you'll feel like you can be your authentic self with that person in the same on the same side of that coin, I guess. That song is too short, I think. I think that's a beautiful song. So 10 out of 10 album, 100%. There is 0 skips on that album. Like I said, my favorite song is Honey. I think I think probably Honey and Darling are tied for my first favorites, and then You Asked for This and Girl Is a Gun are tied for my second favorites. I could not rank my favorites on this album. It's just too good. Oh, my cat's standing on my computer, and I'm gonna ruin everything. Hopefully this still works. Stop. Okay, well, I better hurry up so he can apparently he needs to check his emails or something. So yeah, like I've said at the beginning, Halsey continues to outdo herself with every album. This definitely is now my new favorite Halsey album, but I have said that since she put out her second album, honestly. And I think I mentioned this when I did my favorite albums episode a while back. When she put out her second album, I almost didn't listen to it. I was like, she probably she couldn't have done it again. Like, Badlands was an amazing album. I don't foresee her career going much further. And then I did end up listening to Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, and it became my anthem. That whole album just became like my clutch that for like the summer that it came out. And then I have been a stan ever since. So if you are unsure about listening to this album or any of her previous albums, do it. They are all fucking incredible. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Good job, Halsey. I love you. I adore you. Anyways, like I said, my cat must have to check his email or something, so I'm gonna wrap this up. So as always, if you want, and I never say this, but I probably should, you should rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening. I am available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as Pandora, Amazon Music, and Podbean, and all kinds of places, apparently, I've recently discovered. And you can follow the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Biased Critic, or on Twitter at Critic Biased. And as always, my personal links, if you want to keep up with me, are also in the show description. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Bye.